Morning, everyone. It's Friday. It's October 4th, 2024. Welcome to Embody Your True Essence with me, Ikue. I decided to do it inside today because it's rainy outside. It's really loud and it's cold. It's fall and autumn. How you guys feeling? I'm feeling okay. I feel a little tension in my neck like since yesterday, but overall it's good. I think there's, honestly, I feel like, break it to breakthrough. I went through such a hard time, but it's all about how I look at things, right? Like things do happen for a reason, and it's for the good cause. And every day I'm receiving messages or just ideas come in, and it's like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do, and how to slim down like so this this show is not about fitness, but I can surely talk about that. We're here to move some energy, and so that we can remove blockages around anything that holding us back, and that's how my intention of the life. But let's just tap into our energies, and then we'll talk more about it. Let's rub our hands. Thank you guys for being here. If you're new to my channel, my name is Ikue, and this is Instagram Live. I I basically show up. This is my speaking meditation time. Let's clap our hands. I was a little late. I was watching Human Garage Gary's live. He used to pop up quite often, regularly for a very long time. But nowadays he just pops up whenever he wants. Whenever he wants, I just watch and then adjust the starting time of my Instagram because I want to watch, right? I don't know if you guys get to catch. You feel tension in your neck too. Yeah, I think it's part of the process. Also, just because you don't have pain doesn't mean that your body is aligned per se. We don't really believe in alignment. It's more about the flow state in every moment. I believe that every shape of our body there's no right or wrong. But if you held one position for a very long time, that's when it gets stagnant, right? So it's just the flow. So let's feel our energy with that energy bowl. We all have healing hands. I have blockages on left outer thigh near hamstrings on side of the left. What does that mean metaphysically? I can relate to that. I think we're all releasing fear and resentment, anger, grief. Those are like that. I believe that in my body that coming up for us to get triggered, and then so that we can finally release them. And I think it's gonna get better. But in order for us to really release that, is to relax that part of us. It's like, you have to flow your way up to calm your nervous system down and touch the area that hurt. Like there are so many tools. I don't have flow band, Makalu right now besides me, but you can also use tools, like going to the legs. I don't know if you guys can see. And I will touch it and to give a little twist. But as we do that, stretching itself, I feel, is not enough. Basically, movement is the key. You need to move. It's not just stretching, because it's like you want to stretch your body in a multi-dimensional way, if that makes sense. One way, stretch one layers is one thing, but thinking about 10 layers of fascia, that's a very complex structure, right? So you gotta make your way to move. It's the movement key, and a twisting move is definitely get you out of all the pain. Sometimes less is more. I do a lot of moving meditation, doing fascial maneuvers, and doing some simple moves like totally twisted. I will go into the totally twisted for 10 minutes, right? Just exploring all kinds of different angles and positions. So that's something that you can explore as well. Yeah, but we'll talk more about the blockages of, blockages around hips. That's real, that's real, and it's not real, you know what I mean? But we're all in this together, so you're not alone, Hannah. And good morning, Lee. Good to see you. So how to deal with releasing, how to do it. Yeah, demonstrate. But let's just start with tapping into our energy. But yeah, I woke up feeling good. I definitely noticed the skin is supple. You know, like how our body changes every single day. Sometimes I find my body, I woke up feeling very dry. Sometimes I woke up feeling very hydrated. It's nice to know the rhythm of my body. But I know that I'm going to have a period very soon. Yeah. Okay. So going through a lot of shift myself, and as you know, and honestly, I can say that life is happening from us. You know, like when you first came and it started your own healing journey, and those things are coming into alignment, awareness, and you notice that you play a victim for a very long time. It's like, oh, why is this happening to me? And it's like, it's not fair, all that. And it's like you play victim. So, and it's like you thought that your life was happening to you. But then there's a shift, right? Oh, life is happening for me. Now, I think we are just shifting into life is happening from me. Life is happening from us. And that's a very powerful place. Every time you know, there's like someone did something and it's like this thing happened. And somehow maybe my soul chose to do this. And it's like, it's very hard for ego because the ego wants to survive, you know. But know that like, whatever happened, it's not about people, it's not about situation. Your soul decided to do this, and we're here. New timeline is here, and we are basically, yeah, we're on a new timeline. Age of Aquarius started, and as much as it's hard to believe, and I actually feel it. Yeah, I feel that my old ego, they talk about ego, my old ego, my Migo died, and new Migo is here. So I'm just working through that transition, but I definitely feel, because I'm aware what's happening, like in real time, every day I shift, every day I feel better. So that's something that we can really believe, and because what you believe is what you become, right? Yeah, so today we're moving from step 11 to step 12, so mostly step 12, but I have the explanation here about step 11, so I'm going to read whatever you take, whatever you resonate with you, okay? Step 11, I become, is a ruling state of awareness. This is the energy of health, the body, healing, integration, and integrity. The energy of your mind, body, and soul seek to unite and come into coherence. And in the I receive Libra transit, this alignment includes your relationship to yourself and body. You may begin the day questioning your health, energy, or integrity. The awareness of step 11 highlights parts of yourself that are out of place. In fact, it's hard to ignore what is off balance or imperfect today. You will experience a hyper-awareness of your body, feelings, and reality as you know it. To manage the intensity of information, one must take a compassionate, non-judgmental spiritual approach to the day. Focus on how you feel, not necessarily the details you are witnessing. Adopt a posture of mercy and compassion with yourself. You know, like the mercy and compassion, and that's all you need sometimes. So like, you know, we have been so hard on ourselves, and that kept us in this matrix and back loop and a karma over and over and over again. So it's time for us to flip the narrative, just to be kind, decided to speak kindly to ourselves and love ourselves. Like, loving ourselves in this Asian time is such a rebellious act, and this is how we flip the narrative, right? Love yourself more. Do what you can to ease the burdens, I don't know what that is, on yourself, rather than put your attention on the details that matter to your heart. Skip over the imperfections that your heart could care less about. In your larger narrative, your relationship to yourself is finally coming to form today. All of the work you have done on yourself over the last 10 days will begin to pay off now. Most of the time, there's no further work to do on yourself other than to get out of your own way and allow yourself to come into alignment. But if there are adjustments, you will feel what needs to be done. All of the adjustment, decisions, and protocol you have set with yourself will become automatic today. You may be tempted to do something the old way, but you will be aware of you doing it. It's up to you to stop the behavior and realign yourself with your me marriage goals. Allow your relationship to yourself to perform in that category of your life and come into alignment, find your new groove. Your inner willpower and your ability to perform on your feet come into integrity today. Be patient and non-critical to bring out the best in yourself. And that's something that I felt yesterday. Yeah. Long-term changes to your self-dialogue and the mental attitude you take with yourself are coming into alignment. You may be tested by old mind games. So mind games, all that mind games, right? Games or distractions today. Respond to those thoughts according to what your heart believes is most loving. Today's goal is to allow your me marriage to yourself to come into form. Give it a test run. You will notice flaws and mistakes and errors in people, places, and things today as well. That's a Virgo energy right there. Yeah, Virgo is judgmental. That's the other side of, the good side, on the other side of good side of Virgo. But it's all about perspective, right? Yeah. Don't let all the problems you see to overwhelm you. Today is about observation of the outer world rather than taking any action. You will have time over the next week to address the relationships outside of you that are malfunctioning. Allow yourself to come into full integrity before you start changing your outer life, because what you think what you think is out of alignment is not outside, it's about you. Something about you that is attracting the reality. So when you don't feel value, and this is the paradox, right? I had to, me and my partner just went through separation, and I'm obviously working through the grief, but, like feeling better every single day. And I have so much love for him, and my possibilities are open. I don't have any remorse, and I see a lot of growth in me, and trusting my intuition. And I will get into more of, whatever learning that I have. But he was Virgo, and he's Virgo. He's not dead. He's Virgo. And he's very judgmental when he doesn't control himself. And it's just that his nature, because he's noticed little things here and there. It's like just notice everything, right? And it's like, and then thinking that when the Virgo coming into this like embodiment of like who he is, who they are, and it's like, I'm powerful, I'm good, and then you think you're good, but then you think other people are doing the wrong things, That's not about that, right? Everyone have their own truth and perspective. So it's all about tapping into the opposite side of Virgo, which is the Pisces, the compassionate empathy sign. So for Virgo, like yesterday, like we're moving from the Virgo energy into today's drop, so into Sagittarius, we need to tapping into more compassion and empathy side of ourselves, and that's a Pisces energy. That's how we get through the Virgo day, Virgo type of judgmental energy. And today is about observation. Did I read this? Today is about observation of the outer world rather than taking any action. So you have time over the next week to address the relationship outside of you that are malfunctioning. I totally read this part. Allow yourself to come into full integrity. What am I saying? Allow yourself to come into full integrity before you start changing your outer life. I love myself today and will love myself some more. Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate you, Janine. Yeah, things are happening for me, and life is happening from me. And some, this is where there are a lot of learning that I have, but one thing I really learned through this process right now is life is, people say life is a journey and not the destination. I think I started to really digest what it is. I was always a person, being the matrix and achieve next goal, next goal. Okay, now I met someone. Okay, let's just date. Okay, now what's the next goal? You live together, and what's the next goal? Marry what? It's just constant chasing. But I forgot to kind of enjoy the process. But I understand. I lived like this for a very long time. But also I noticed my trait, like, do you guys have that tendency? I'm very weird when it comes to watching a movie. I don't have a lot of patience, especially when I'm watching very much like like action movie, or when the plot is when the story of the movie is slow moving, or like is so overwhelming to the point that I can't keep watching. I just want to make sure this main character is safe, so I will fast forward the movie and know the ending, and I feel calm. Okay, he didn't die. And then I will rewind back, and then we'll watch it again, or like fast forward. So I have a tendency of rushing things. And that has been, I noticed that I'm totally applying that to real life, which is my own movie of life. So I'm learning that it's like I don't need to come into a conclusion, or it's just like it's not about achieving anything. It's about literally there's no destination. Life just, this universe doesn't even have beginning and the ending, right? So it's like it's time for me to really enjoy the process. If I'm not able to enjoy every moment, then I will never be happy, because there's no destination to get there, right? So this is the paradox, and this is how you can escape yourself. You can put yourself out of matrix. So I can see that grid, I can see that trap. So I am like learning to embrace every single day, and what I'm learning is really about self-love. Love yourself more. And something that in me that it needed to work on is basically it doesn't really matter what other people are doing, it's all in us. But it's hard when you are with somebody, or if you interact somebody quite often, then you can't differentiate your energy from other people's energy, unless you use your discernment and you take a lot of time for yourself. And I think I am slowly, I know that about it, but slowly embodying the fact that life happens from me, and people's action is not mine to take, but I'm also attracting the reality, because there's something about me that this action triggers this negative side of me, and that is basically come down to my core belief, my wounds, right? I'm not lovable, I am not enough. And here's the thing that coming up quite a bit for the last few days is I'm not valuable. And so the little action that somebody does doesn't mean anything. They're not doing that with the ill intention. But if I show up to the world with that type of energy, it's like, I need to please other people to love me, or I don't feel valuable, I don't feel appreciated. And I mean, that energy may be true, but then if that person doesn't even know how to love themselves, and you take it as a projection of you, and that's not fair. So I think there's so many layers to relationship and how things work out. So it all comes down to us. There's nothing to blame. It's all the process. It's all the learning. So I am just learning to flow. Yeah, thank you so much. Yes. Yeah. This writing is from Sears Joy. So if you guys sign up, you get to read. I'm not going to post this, but you may watch the recording again. Yeah. Yes, thank you so much. I am strong, 19 years. Yeah. Vulnerability is the new strength. I'm obviously very, very, nothing. I don't have a lot of filter. And that works as a good thing and a bad thing. Sending love and support for this the journey. Yes, thank you so much, Jenny. Yes, I do that with books. Oh, that's interesting, Bambi. Oh, okay. I don't really read books, so I don't fast forward and try to know the ending. Yeah, time is an illusion. But it's, like I think the desire for us to wanting to know the answer is there, and that's nothing wrong, but that's also kind of like that ego talking, right? Ego just wants to know the answer. It's like, just get me to this destination and I'll be happy. But as soon as you get to that conclusion, it's like, okay, that's it. And then ego wants to start looking for other things, right? Okay, I achieved this, I want more of this, right? So it's never ending. And that's why people say just be grateful for what you have. But then it's a balance, right? It's okay to be grateful, but doesn't mean that you can't desire the next thing. So it's a balance of appreciating where you are, knowing that where you are is perfect, and wanting for more. And that good chemical balance, that great balance of that desire and gratitude is the key. I'm curious, Ikue, what do you eat daily, or are you fasting always? Yeah, that's a great question. I know a lot of Human Garage people, they fast and all that. I do like a kind of like intermittent fasting, like naturally. I don't eat a lot of heavy meals in the morning, so yeah, I don't do like crazy fasting. I maybe I should. I'm open to it, but I do supplements. I do hydration. So supplement, when I say supplement, is basically to fix the hydration, because nothing moves when you're dehydrated, and especially when we are growing so fast, and especially all the chemicals are being sprayed, we need to take silica, and that will change your life. For silica, we recommend diatomaceous earth, food grade, as you know, and that will help you hydrate your fascia, hair, and skin, and kill the parasite in your guts, and detoxify heavy metals, and more. So many benefits. So I take those like vital elements, and then I just like eat whatever. I definitely eat very less. I don't. There was a time that I used to eat my emotions. I definitely have a sugar craving, but I loved my chocolate. I drink cacao and all that stuff. Obviously, I love Asian food, Japanese food, rice. But yeah, have you placed Power Kirk with Fascia release? It's not available yet in Canada, so I would love to have that. Yeah, but I did try Fascia release samples when I was in Austin, Texas, for our first kickoff tour. So yeah, it's super powerful, very, very exciting. I just take a lot of Power Kirk when I'm like detoxing really hard, or just like when I spend money on something that is valuable, I take it, and I tell myself I deserve it. I deserve it. When I had to spend a lot of money on it, it's like, or choosing organic over non-organic food, and the price is a lot more expensive, and I tell myself this is how I show up to my self-love, right? It's like I love myself, so I deserve it. So that's why I pick this food. So I do buy things with more intentions like that. But at the end of it, it doesn't matter what you eat. It doesn't matter your exercise, like the mind. This is important. But you basically want to have a lot of movement in your life. If you are moving forward, right? You're moving your mind, moving your fascia, moving your body. It can't just it can't just be moving your mind and moving your perception all the time. You can't just focus on the body either. It's about the balance. Did I move my body today? Did I move my mind today? Did I move my, I don't know, all that movement? Yeah, in my emotions. Yes. I started half half a teaspoon, DE last April. Now I'm up. Yeah, that's good. You can take a lot more. Start with 1 teaspoon, goes up to 3 to 4 teaspoons. It's an investment in ourselves, all for movement. That's how I see. Yeah, that's when I spend money on good supplements or high quality products. Serious Joy also sent me a message that, you know, it's very important to be surrounded by high quality products. It doesn't mean that it has to be expensive, but I mean that it's important to surround yourself with high quality products that elevate your life. So really be aware of your surroundings. What is this elevating me, or it is not elevating me? Marie Kondo, you know, the master of cleaning, it said, this give me joy, this give me, you know, not give me joy. That's a good assessment. I normally see things, and then I used to be a holder, you know. I think we all come from the generation of parents whose parents were going through World War and wars, and we just have the fear of like, oh, I need to hold on to this because I don't know next time, you know, things could be gone, and then whatever, we have that fear. But I am letting it go of that part. I let go of that part of myself. It's okay for me to surround myself with good quality products, and this is how I love myself. And if something don't give me joy, it's okay for me to throw it away, or if I don't throw it away, I just donate it, and it's okay, right? So it's just like constant flow. I'm not perfect. I have so much stuff too that I want to clear, but also taking one day at a time. You know, sometimes you need that inspire action. You don't have to go, you know, oh, I have to make this happen right away. Here comes the fear, here comes the ego that we're working through. Yeah, I love to pray over my food to give it better vibes. Yeah, that's awesome. You know, Human Garage, what we do is before we eat, we sync up. We'll do that one side of totally twisted. We'll do 6 breath, 3 through the mouth, like, and then three through the nose. And that's what I do. And because it's very important to reduce your stress before you take something into your body, right? Also, like, I know a lot of people just kind of send the good vibes. Yeah, I think that's what we were alchemizing our material object, right? Alchemizing our food, and show up with the intention, because you know, hi Michelle and I are taking this 21 cellular memory reset, and we all know this, how, you know, quantum physics, our mind affects materials. We all know that. I mean, at least I know that for a very long time. I just have a hard time getting into that transition. One time I remember, like, the earlier times of my Human Garage healing journey, Gary said, wow, like, your consciousness is really high, but your body cannot perceive that. So there's a huge gap between your consciousness and where you are. And because I didn't know how to get there, I already knew, you know. I think in past life after past life, I was a nun, I was the religious person, and I probably gone through a lot of things. I just didn't know how to apply that to my real life because I was lacking how to love myself. And I just, the time of that era that I lived in, life after lifetime, didn't allow me to explore this liberty of being myself and loving myself. So I am very excited that in this life we get to live this life, you know, waiting for this moment. So just be kind to yourself, whatever you're going through. We all had this long years of programming of fear, so we are all learning. Yeah. So I was going through this Serious Joy. Like, Serious Joy is an astrology app. And before going into that, let's just read this step 12 energy day. So today is a Sagittarius day. Yesterday was a Virgo, and then the Virgo consciousness, and today is step 12. Once 1 plus 2, I love and I feel. When you love and when you feel, that's when you believe, right? And so today, your belief structure, expansion, and learning are the ruling theme of awareness. By listening to your heart and what it feels is true, a new theory will emerge about the various daily relationships that play a regular role in your daily life, or you may find yourself exploring a new direction in daily relationship that you never thought was possible. From exploring what's possible, a new perspective is born. It's born about how to approach all relationship in your life going forward. The new philosophy opens door you may have never considered. With the moon entering Scorpio, expect emotional boundaries to form. Yeah, boundaries are important. If you know what belongs, what doesn't belong, and then you started to attract the reality you want, right? Today is about I love. What do you love? And what do you feel about it as true? And that is the truth. And I noticed that I finally got it. Like, there are some things that I'm always have a hard time. And if you know me, you will know. But Aisha from Human Garage, and they were fully aware of my patterns, like how my, working through my self-esteem and money issues and stuff like that. And they all know that Groundhog Day, my Groundhog Day, basically the pattern that I have this time year round from August, September, October, those are like the hardest month for me. So it doesn't matter what I'm going through or what I'm going through with a particular person or relationship. It doesn't matter. I just go through a hard time. And, unless you are self-aware or going through this astrological energy, you wouldn't know. I didn't know about it. And now I'm fully aware. This is just a time that I'm always, oh, that's awesome, Jenny. I'm so glad to hear that. We should share our learning. I'm taking the cellular reset. So I normally go through hard times around August, September, October. And so I see it, and I started to go back what I did the same time last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, all the way. And then I just noticed the time 2015 when I got a car accident. That was October 24th, I think 4 days after my birthday. And so before birthday and around about birthday are like the very critical moment, like in general, right? Anyone's birthday. I think it's 52 days before your birthday it's kind of like Saturn return where you need to do your annual review of your assessment. And then you were being shown the area of your life that had been out of balance. And if you are able to notice that, that's when you can finally break the pattern. If you don't notice, it's like, okay, I'll come back next year, bye. Right? That's what it is. And then, so you go through that. And what I'm learning this time is really about, okay, so I will read some of the stuff that I learned, and what I do with Serious Joy, messages are coming, and I screenshot some of the critical messages that are so important for me. And okay, so one thing. Okay, so this is from last year. You have a subconscious memory of failing or losing something your heart wanted. This creates a mental cycle that you might fail. It won't happen again. And this message is based on me having Chiron in Taurus. And so Taurus is about manifestation energy, and Chiron shows past wounds. So I have a wounds from past life that losing something, get killed, and my material goods, my desire go, my dream goes shattered. So I have a fear, and that's why, because I have a fear of losing things, I needed to hold stuff, I can't throw it away, or I need to hold on to this person because I don't know if I can meet someone new, right? So, and then I was working through that pattern, and last year Serious Joy said, okay, it won't happen again. I remember receiving this message and I felt so relaxed. It's like, oh, okay, it won't happen again, that's okay, right? But then I do have a fear, right? It's like, am I, am I doing the right thing? And a couple days ago I received this message. You were born with the subconscious fear of losing someone or something you love. This fear can manifest as a fear of failure or abandonment. So that was what it is. That's also connected to it. Inner child, abandonment. Someone will abandon me because I have a fear of losing something. That manifested it in my early days, right? Inner child ones and everything. And good news is, Serious Joy, this was that karma is over. This is it. It's like, yes, the karma is over. So anything that you have a hard time working through, I don't know if you're aware of your themes that are coming up every year or every day. Not feeling valuable, not feeling good enough, you don't feel deserving of certain things. Good news is those karma is over if you're living with intention. So I thought, it's like, wow, it's over. I keep telling about old ego, our old ego died and new ego is here, and we're integrating what it's like to live with a new story and a new perception about ourselves. So every time fear caught up, and it's like, oh, I'm not this anymore. I'm not doing this anymore. So that is the good news. I had the fear of losing someone, and because of that, I created a lot of resistance to things, and I have a lot of fear. And I took many actions based on that, and that was very self-sabotaging, thoughts, right? Action. But now the karma is over. So I will congratulate myself for that. So what is karma, right? And here's the message. Karma is emotional memory. The only reason why it repeats is because you somehow accept it as okay. It's not. I'll say it again. Karma is emotional memory. The only reason why it repeats is because you accept it as okay. It's not. So I think the only way for us to break the pattern and the karma, it's really when you're in the middle, so when the energy comes back, someone who reminds you how unvaluable you are. And it's like you feel bad for a moment, right? And it's like, stop yourself. It's like, why am I thinking this way? That's not true. That's not true for me. Like a couple of days ago, I shared this and during the Instagram live. That was very powerful for me. I always thought that I have sexual trauma because I don't have a lot of concrete, like this is what exactly happened to me. That's why I was raped and I have a sexual trauma. But somehow I've been told many times, and I'm also manifested physically. I have some issues down there, and I took that as a spiritual wound where I was probably, sexually abused, raped or whatever in past life, many times. Also, I was told that because it has such a void energy, like there's no light, right? The void is like nothingness and a shadow, and that's my shadow. I did not know how to love myself. I did not know how to integrate this part of myself. So it's keep coming back, and because it's void, but at the same time, this void is super powerful. Keep attracting that reality to me. So what I was also told was what I was been carrying is also some of the stuff from my ancestors. And it's like, how women were taught to be polite and being a people pleaser and just didn't have a lot of freedom. So those things are manifesting in here, and I'm taking on this energy of ancestral women energy, but it's not a bad thing. I'm embracing that. It's like we work together, you know. I am calling into this type of energy probably because I'm the healer. I can break the cycle for my family, so I'm taking it as a positive thing. But I noticed that a couple days ago, I shared this during the Instagram live. One of my friends was talking about sexuality, and he's very much like, you know, really well awakened, like he's so free in that area. And there's part of me that is like, I don't agree, like I don't, you know, like I don't judge people. There was a time that it's like, okay, maybe I am the weird one, and they're the most free one with more higher consciousness. Like, let's say, like, you know, you can be so sexually open, there's nothing wrong about that. But it's like, I don't feel like put myself in like orgy, or, you know, like it's like have multiple partners. Like, I just don't understand that. And I ask myself many times, like, is that because of my programming, like culture programming, how my parents taught me? But it's like, and then there's a time that it's like, okay, if anything is possible, and then, you know, going through hard times with a relationship with a man, it's like, maybe it's time for me to try something new, right? It's like, do I like women, you know? And it's like, okay, I'm opening myself to possibilities. But then I think it's preference is preference. If you don't want to do things, you don't have to like it. And but this person is a really good friends of mine, and I've known this person for a very long time. It's just that the sexuality part is, you know, it's just like openness is different. But just because it's super open doesn't mean that it's a good thing. I mean, and here comes like what I noticed was hearing this person's experience. I'm happy for him. It's like, okay, that's awesome, that's great. Like, it seems like really you know, that sounds like an expansion thing. And I like applaud you for not having any fear around it, right? And then have that, I have to admit that I have fear around trying something like crazy outrageous thing around sexuality stuff. And I felt bad for a moment that I'm being like this, that I'm not opening up myself to this type of thing. And I felt bad for me not being able to open up myself to that area. And then I felt I'm not enough. And I felt maybe because that's why some relationship failed. And I was able to catch myself in the middle of feeling like bad about myself. And it's like, wait a minute, I create my own reality, and I get to have my preferences. I have nothing wrong with my sexuality. I have nothing wrong with my sacral chakra, like I was being told. And it's okay. Like, karma stops when you stop accepting those false belief about things about yourself, right? And that's when, and it's thrown away. It's like, it's not, you know, it's like some people like, I don't know, some people like to have multiple partners and sleep around, and that's their life, and let it be. Like, it's like we're throwing away judgment. Like, it's like pointing our fingers. Society divide us. It's like, oh, you're doing good thing, you're doing bad thing, or you are a good person, you're the bad person. It's not about that. It's not about the judgment, right? So, yeah. Serial reset is the reset by Daniela. She does it twice a year, and at this time she collaborating with Human Garage. So a lot of women apply for it this time around, and there were like 404 women doing this reset at the same time. It's all about reprogramming on the cellular level. So I just started it. You know, I can't really speak about the reset because I'm very new, but yeah, I will be sharing, so you can maybe join the next one. I just started as well with astrology, and it does make sense. Yeah, right? Well done, Ikue. You stand in your power. If people departing from their connection to self from multiple sexual partners, it's a nasty trauma to the body, and only karma will come back for them. Yeah, I mean, it's all about looking at in a perspective, I think it's everyone's perspective. I think sometimes we're so programmed to think that this is the only way. I think that family structure is changing. What should be right is changing. So it's just like it's important to keep being open-minded, but it's okay to have preferences. We're not God. We're not God. It's okay to have preferences, right? It is okay. Listen to your own heart and desire. Sometimes like I also see a little bit of paradigm shift in me. Every time someone leave my life, and I would go into this feminine, divine, feminine mode where, okay, I'm a woman. There's just lots of feminine empowering song, right? It's like in like condemning and putting a partner down and trying to empower myself, all of that. And I relate myself into empowering myself, but I'm at the point where I'm not pulling other people's down, other men down anymore, because we're not just the feminine energy, we're masculine, and they're not just the masculine, they're also feminine. And so I show up with a lot more compassion with both sides. It's not about, how women were suppressed and it's like a time to rise up, like, like I don't like women, that's like, go out of my way. But it's all happening in you, right? People come in your life for a reason, for a season. Yeah, well, it depends. And you get to decide that, right? So there's a part that you surrender. When you surrender, things you desire will come. And I think as we are taking back our own life, we are learning that, anything and everything was possible. So last year, couple of years ago, I had this screenshot that says, it's like really nice sunset, and it says, I attract everything I desire. And I screenshot it, and I use that as a motto, I attract everything I desire. I flipped that, I changed the word recently, and I on the same picture, and I switched the word from attract to manifest. I manifest everything I desire, period. It's not even attract, like, okay, once you attract, what are you going to do about it, right? So I wanted to switch the narrative. So I switched from I manifest everything I desire. So I found a lot of ease in that, and trusting. In order for me to manifest everything I desire, the only way to do that is for me to become the person I'm meant to be. But also there's nothing to become either. So right, it's like making your way up, because in this 3D world, everything, even the words are limited. So we have to find a way to describe things from a different perspective, so that we can make our way up to shift into 5D. It's not just on one side. It's like, okay, the only way for me to become the best version of myself is to working towards the goal. That's one way to look at things. The other way to look at things, for example, is there's nothing to become. You just be, and you attract everything. So just be. So it's like life is like the combination of, working towards the goal is the mindset is a combination of becoming, enjoy the process of becoming, but also know that there's nothing to become. There's no destination to go. So just be with your soul and dig deeper and just take away all that is not, right? This is not me. I no longer believe that I am not valuable. Okay, look and like face it and sit with that emotion. It's like, what is this? What does it mean that makes me feel like I'm valuable? Invaluable. Sorry, not makes me want to puke. Makes me want to not feel valuable. I am valuable because I am valuable. You don't need reason for it. You just have to feel it, but you have to believe it too, right? So this is the work. Okay, do you really love myself? Do I really feel that I'm valuable? Do I really believe that I am valuable and deserve all the good things, right? So we're working through our self-esteem, and all that outside stimuli is helping us get rid of all that is not. So thank you for this reminder. Thank you for all these clues and triggers, right? That help us understand and help us grow. And every time I experience things, and here comes, there's nothing to regret. Like all our past mistakes, we were doing the best we can, and that best, and we make mistakes, and it's okay. We're just showing so much compassion and mercy for ourselves, because we just had to go through this because we had so much trauma. It's not just the trauma, but the programming, and there was no way to reverse the karma until now. So things are coming up. We are co-creators. Yes, it's all energy. Who's the source of all this energy? Well, the universe, higher source, is you, God, Buddha, right? It's all connected. So I tap 12 times for this energy, and 3 cards popped out. I normally will pick one, but it seems connected to the theme, and so I will show you all that 3. So I picked this card many times. Let go of fear. Release self-doubt. Let go of fear. Release self-doubt. Let go of fear. And so you're gonna let go of fear, release self-doubt, right? This is the work. And you're gonna create your own happiness. And your soul whispers love, your ego shouts fear. So your soul whispers love. That is so soft and so hard to catch when the ego is really loud. So yeah, whatever the voice that shouts in you, it's a fear, so don't listen. Calm your mind, silence your ego, and listen to this whispers coming from our heart. Intuition comes from seems like it comes from outside, and there are a lot of ideas, but the real truth needs to be discerned by our heart, and that is the truth. So you can also say intuition comes from our heart. Yeah, that is so cute. Where do you get that card? It's from Shine by Brittany Carmichael. It's a beautiful card, and I love the cards that I pick every day. And so yeah, I don't even need to read all of that. You're gonna release self-doubt because we already did that. Now, if anything's energy comes, you just catch yourself and throw away. I don't live like this anymore, so that you can create your happiness. Happiness is a state of mind. It's not the destiny. It's not the destination to get to. You decide you're happy, then more happy things will come. But especially when you're going through a hard time, it's very hard to tap into that. Like right now for me, but I am happy because I am I get to love myself more, and I choose myself, and I know that my life is happening from me, and I still have a lot of infinite possibilities. If I don't want this to end, it's not the end, it's the beginning. So it's all about how you look at things, make your way and flow your way through using your emotion as a guidance to keep finding the calming thoughts that your mind calms down and your heart is happy. And that is the truth, and that is where you're heading. That is where you should be heading, the direction. Now, your soul whispers love, and your soul whispers love, and your ego shouts fear. So the voice you listen to determines whether you're choosing love or whether you're choosing fear every moment. And once you release your self-doubt and you just start going at it. There's nothing to become. It seems like you're becoming something, but you just become more of who you are, and the more of who you are is what attracts the real things that you really need in your life. So let's just finish with tapping into that energy. So let's right hand on your heart, left hand on the top of your head, and imagine energy circulates heart to brain, and think about what, like, focus on the sensation. What would be like to become the person, the real you, the real you. So breathe through your mouth. 2, 3, through your nose. 2, 3. Hello ego, hello brain. Thank you for protecting me. I see you. I see your fear. I see you're trying to protect me. But I don't need this protection anymore. You listen to your heart, and now relax. And do what your heart says. Hello heart, you are in charge. I'm following you. I choose you. I'm listening to you. I trust myself, what I feel, and what I believe is what I become. I'm abundant. I'm valuable. I'm lovable. I am loved. I am safe. I am protected. And what else? I am free. I get to live my own life in this time. Everything is working out for me. All is well. Everything is working out in my favor. Tap into the sensation. I was gonna say this, and I'm so glad before I go. Yesterday, I wrote a letter to myself. That was one of the tasks that I had to do, part of that reset. And I started to write down, and I just remember what I did. 2015, I did that. I did this workshop, and I wrote the letter to myself. It's like, dear past me or something, and it basically pretend that future me is writing a letter to me at that time. And it was such a powerful way to release that current fear, release the fear of what's happening right now. Because the future me in 5 years or 3 years, whatever you said it, and writing to me right now, going through this real hard time in life, but just tapping into the energy. And it's almost like automatic writing, when you're tapping into, okay, I'm just gonna tapping into 3 years older than me. So dear, this future me is writing and giving me a message. And so I remember I did that a long time ago. So letter to myself, I was gonna just write down how I was feeling at the time, but I ended up writing a letter as a future me, and the things that came up, and it's just a random writing, right? It's like, whoa, what am I writing? But as I'm writing, finding that ease in thought, finding that thoughts, finding the ideas, finding the writing that my heart calms down. My heart calms down. So that means that is the truth. That is the truth. So I came up with a lot of ideas. It's like, oh yeah, and it's almost like I did like a question and answer. My current me, I ask questions and then I answer, and I just write it down. And I ask another question, and then I wrote it down. And a lot of things that I wrote it down give me a lot of comfort and inner peace. That's all that is. It doesn't matter if it's gonna happen. I think it's gonna happen. This is one possibility, so many possibilities. So just let it like that. At the same time, it's like, wow, I am, tapping into this, and this is pretty much possible. So now, what do I need what's my next logical step. So if you have a dream or something that you want to achieve, if you are in the mindset of achieving something, that's negative energy, because you're chasing, right? We want to get into the mode where we attract things coming. So yeah, write down a letter to yourself as a future me, and future me giving this person advice. And so you kind of just put yourself in a third party and start writing down some calming thoughts about yourself, and imagine all the dream that you already achieved. And from that perspective, writing down to yourself is such a powerful thing to do. So you guys should do it, and you will find a lot of calming thoughts, and give you a lot of courage and to move forward, because that's exactly what you need. In order for us to move forward and just become more me, is to finding that easing thoughts that calm you down, inner peace, so much courage, trusting. But trusting the unknown sometimes can be so like shaky. But know that with the writing down, it's like this future me is writing me and giving me this advice right now. Wow, such a powerful place. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Maureen. Yes. Hey, Craig, give us more activities like this. It helps us move forward. Let's do it more. Thank you, Lee. So that being said, I gotta go, but thank you so much for being here. I love this time, and to move and shift as usual. Really appreciate you guys for co-creating, and I will bring more people in, and I love to discuss. But this is the moment. Whatever we are going through is that's once we heal, we're healing, and becomes our life purpose. So let's just really trust that process. But I know that it's happening for us, and your future me is telling you right now that it's like, it's kind of like talking to an inner child, right? Inner child that is scared, and it's like a big person, an inner child, like they're tapping into this timeline, like that timeline already exists. This timeline person, this future me, is talking to you. You're exactly where you need to be, and you are working through it. Look at me. I'm me right here. So thank you for sharing, Karen. Yes, thank you, guys. I will see you very soon. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you back on Monday. Bye.